Good morning, wonderful land of YouTube. Today is Monday, August 3rd, and I am waiting to get my truck loaded. Figured I'd come on and just say a little bit about myself. So in 2000, what was it? 22, I think it was. In April 2022, I got my CDL license to be a truck driver. I already have my Class B. I've been driving a school bus for many years, about 10 to 15 years. Oh, I can see the moon in the background. And I decided that I was ready to move on from driving a school bus and drive a truck. So I went and got my driver's license. Of course, here in Indiana, the new law had went in effect, but I had already had all my endorsements before then. And so I went to 160 Drive Academy. I was there for the 160 hours that are required by the state of Indiana. And I got my Class A and been driving ever since. I love my job. I really do. It was a fear in the beginning because a lot of people say women can't do it, this, that, and the other, and all that wonderful jazz. But I was determined. Gemini, I'm determined. So I, straight out of the 160 Drive Academy, I had went to work for the intermodal for J.B. Hunt. I was there about 6 months, I guess you could say, just get my feet wet. I drove from Indiana to Chicago up to the rails at the intermodal, the cans or the crates or whatever they call them, where they sit them down on the chassis. And did that for my first 6 months. And then from there, where did I go after that? From there, I went to Holland Express, which when I started there, I didn't know that was by the mile. Well, no, wait a minute, I take that back. I did know it was by the mile. What I didn't know until later, that it was by the mile, zip code to zip code, which I didn't like. I'm like, well, wait a minute. If I'm still driving from one location to another location, how is it zip code to zip code? So I felt like I was being cheated there. I was probably there about 6 months too. And there, I liked it there because J.B. Hunt, they, you have to slip seat. I don't like that too well, but anyways. But at Holland Express, I ended up having my own truck, which I liked because, you know, leaving my things in a truck that I didn't want to have to carry in and out every day. And beautiful sun coming up. So I left what I needed on the truck, and I drove the 4 surrounding states of Indiana. Basically, that was just hauling like scrap parts, stuff like that. Kentucky, Ohio, Michigan, no Chicago. Sometimes I went other locations, but majority of those 3 places. So after I found out that it was zip code to zip code, I said, oh no, we ain't doing this. Felt like I was being cheated. So I was there for 6 months, and then I ended up going to another place. It's no longer in a service that I know of here in Indiana. It was called Baker's Express, Doughboys or something like that. And I worked there 7, 8 months there. And then from there, they was going out of business. Their hours were slowing, so I had to find something else. I needed more hours. I mean, that's literally came to this because I needed to work. And hours slipping, so that didn't work for me. From there, I came to where I'm at now, which is Pace Air Freight. And I love it here. I've been here 3 years, 2-3 years. Actually this month I will get my 2 years vacation. The people here are wonderful, wonderful, wonderful people. But I am 56 years old, loving what I do and doing what I love. Wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't go back to driving a school bus for nothing. Nothing against anybody, but I have my office on wheels, and it's just, to me, it's my dream job. You know, I love doing what I do. I like being on the road. I get to be home every night. I don't do over the road, I do local. I have my own route, so as soon as I'm done with the route for the day, I get to go home. I don't have to drop and hook all day. So I love that. Here's my baby. That is a signed truck. I get to keep my truck. You know, nobody drives my truck, so I have my refrigerator in it. I've got it set up for me to be able to use on a daily basis. What else can I tell you? Never get set in your ways and say, oh, I'm not going to do my pre-trip today. Because as soon as you do, something will happen. Something will happen. You will slip up and make a mistake. I faithfully, every day, dark, raining, snow, sleet, whatever, I get out and I check that truck. And just so I can make that clear, I was at one of my locations. I got out. It was snowing, cold. It was cold that day. Snowing. There was snow on the ground. And I got out and I did my routine like I always do. I even pulled against it. Apparently I didn't pull hard enough because, not at the location, but I probably got 2 miles down the road. There was snow built up on both sides of the road. And as soon as I made my turn, I dropped the trailer. The good thing I'm thankful for the lesson that I learned from that, because the good thing is when I turned, my trailer followed me. It followed me to the right, because I always go back into my right lane when I turn. It went completely down to the ground. That was the most scariest moment. 2 things I fear is dropping a trailer and dropping a trailer while I'm on the freeway. So I got my marbles together and I had to call and let them know, hey, I've dropped the trailer, blah, blah, blah. And I let them know where I was at. Of course, they've got satellites, so they knew where I was at. And I got out and I started cranking that trailer. Low gear, but I started cranking. And then the adrenaline, of course. Oh, I got to put my emergency sticks out. My triangles. I got to get my triangles out. And I was right on the curve where I turned into. And cars were trying to get around me. Cars were still trying to turn the curve. So here I am trying to get my triangles out. Freezing, of course. All bundled up. I got back on the trailer, started lifting it. I'm like, how am I going to get this trailer off this ground? I was determined. Okay, so I was like, all right, well, I need to give it up as much as I possibly can. I dropped the air in my truck, dropped my bags, and started inching my way back and forth to get up underneath of it. I used the, we call it the chassis, I think it is. The railing of the truck, slowly, because it's got a upgrade to it, or like, what do you call it? Where it goes up and then up on the actual axle. Hang on a minute, I'll show you. But I was lifting the trailer until I could at least get it up to the height where I know that I could slide it up on the back end of the truck, which that wasn't the whole problem. So I got it right here where I got it slid on this, and I got it slid here. Well, from there, I continued lifting, because from there to there was still a distance. So I kept lifting. Make a long story short, within an hour, which it took them to get from one side of the town to where I was at, I got that trailer back up on that truck. I was determined. Tired, upset with myself, but it was already done. What was I supposed to do? Other than get out and do what I knew I had to do. So, by lowering the bags, letting the air out, dropping it, lifting the trailer, back and forth, doing what I had to do, I got it back up there. The only thing, I wasn't blocking no traffic, thank God for that. The only thing that I can say that I did damage was it had pulled the electrical line away from here. The air lines, they were fine. They had just pulled this, it broke it basically. So all they had to do was replace my electrical line. Ooh, what a lesson learned that day. So when I say, don't sit and think, oh, today I won't do my pre-trip, get out and do that pre-trip. I would not be able to live with myself knowing, today I don't feel like doing it. And get down the road and hurt somebody. Maybe kill, or maybe, unalive somebody. That I wouldn't be able to live with myself. So when these trainers are telling you, make sure you get out there and do what you got to do. Get out and do what you got to do. That's what they're paying you to do. Safety first. Always safety first. Because you never know. It could be you tomorrow. And to think, oh, I didn't do my pre-trip. Not worth it. Not worth your livelihood. Not worth your license. Not worth hurting somebody else. Not worth hurting yourself. Get out there and do it. Make sure you're doing your pre-trips, post-trips, mid-trips. Make sure you're doing them. I mean, you knew what you was coming into when you started this. I don't care if you've been doing it 2 months. What they showed you to do, excuse me, when you was getting your license, your permit, and all that stuff, continue to do it on a daily basis. When you decide that you cannot do that no more, then you need to get out of the field, get out of the industry, go find something else. Because as a truck driver, safety is our top priority before you do anything else. I mean, I'm not going to rant and rave about too much more of that. I see people that doesn't do it, and it reminds me even more. Make sure I'm doing what I got to do every day. Every day. And one other thing I would like to add to that is when you're on the freeway, remember, if you see a cone zone, remember, cone zone, emergency zone, hazard zone, make sure you have your hazards on. And please, always, as a truck driver, if any way possible, if you see it in the distance that you need to get over, start getting over. Don't somebody on the right hand side or in the emergency lane or something like that, don't put their life in your hands. Get over. It's the law, if I'm not mistaken now. So, and if not, put your hazard on and slow down. It's not worth it. People, it's not worth it. So, cone zone, emergency zone, hazard zone. And always remember to give time and space to get out. Time and space. Give time in front of you to stop. Give space in front of you to get around if you have to. You may have to swerve left. You may have to swerve right. You never know. Don't ride somebody's butt. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I mean, and I practice what I preach. It is very, very important. You guys got to think about it. Yes, you're riding to get somewhere. You're in a hurry. You need to get there. You need to get there. Mile per minute, or mile, well, however you want to say it. Somebody's life is not worth it. Your own life is not worth it. You're tired? Stop. Take a power nap. You know when you're feeling tired. You know when you're feeling fatigued. Coffee ain't gonna get it. So, okay, well, I'm just gonna leave that for right now. This channel is going to be a little bit of everything channel. You go and look at my other videos. I also read cards, and I'm very spiritual, so I take things to heart very deeply. As I said, I love what I do, and I do what I love in all aspects. I want to tell you, enjoy your day. Always safety first. Be blessed. And know that the power is in you to drive safely on these roads, as that is our job as a truck driver, over-the-road driver, local driver, however, even in a car, it's not worth it, people. It's not worth it. You think you're being late? Be late or leave early. Being early is on time. So I hope you guys like and subscribe, follow. There's going to be more videos in regards to my trucking. Now that I'm 4 years in, I still feel new at this, so this is just a start. Slowly I'm getting into my YouTube channel. And you guys, remember, we are too blessed to be stressed. Safety. I know I'm babbling, but anyways, Jim and I just love to communicate. And if it could save somebody's life, make you think twice about what you're doing, how you're doing your job, then that's fine with me. And if you don't like my channel, that's fine with me too. You're here because you're watching and you want to watch, not because you're obligated. So you have a wonderful, wonderful day, week. And like I said, like, follow, and subscribe. More to come. Be blessed. Thank you. From one truck driver to another.